Hello there, this is Mirwan Fardis for Mirwan Fardis channel, and today I'd like to talk about the 100-year rule. And the essence of it is that how would your thought or things that you're worried about or things that you think are going to happen or things that you should be afraid of will affect you in 100 years. 100 years from now, we will not be around. I will not be around. Most likely you will not be around unless you've detected some unique gene or medicine to be alive for longer than 80 years. But 100 years from now, most of us are not going to be around. So what does that mean? It means in 100 years, nobody is going to remember who you are. Nobody's going to remember who I am. Nobody's going to remember much about anything that's happening right now. So in other words, it doesn't really matter what you worry about today and what you are afraid of. Much of our despair, much of our problems, much of our anxiety, depression has to do with our thoughts about future, that things will not happen the way we think should happen, or that we should be worried about something that has or has not happened or may never happen. 99% of the things that we worry about do never happen. Here in Miami, and was here for Memorial Weekend, spoke to a veteran yesterday who was, I think, 87 years old, and I asked him, to tell me some of his stories about the North Korean War and some of the wars that he was at, and it was very interesting. Then I asked him, you've been around, you're a wise guy, you've done a lot in your life, and what advice do you have for me or for whoever you talk to who is younger and want to learn from you? He said, just stop worrying, stop thinking too much, stop taking yourself too seriously, and really think about this concept of 100 years from now. Nobody knows who you are. Just as you don't know who was around in life 100 years ago. I mean, who do you really know who has lived in the past? Billions of people have come and gone, and maybe you know a handful of names, maybe 10 names. You can come up top of your head and tell me who you know who's lived here for more than who you remember who's lived in the past and you can remember the name. Nobody's gonna remember me or you. For that reason, there's no point to worry or to be afraid of things that are not going to happen, or if they happen, you just take action at the time. There's no need to concern yourself or worry about it at this time. When it happens, you take action at that time, and that's really all it is in life. Short video here from Memorial Weekend in Miami. I just have been coming across a lot of people that worry about future and then create anxiety for themselves, and that actually manifests itself into physical ailment and conditions. And I thought about talking about this concept of 100-year rule, which is in 100 years nobody's going to remember who you are, who I am. Don't take yourself too seriously and don't take life too seriously. Deal with things as they happen, not before. No need to worry about it. Have a great day. Until soon.